So whenever a new investor sets out on the exciting journey of investing, the very first challenge that they face is to make life-changing choices from thousands of investment options that are available in the market. The sheer amount of possibilities and associated risks could be overwhelming for anyone. While investing may seem complicated for a beginner, it is not really true. All you need to do is to follow certain thumb rules that act as excellent starting points and ease you into your investment journey. These thumb rules provide easy and practical guidelines that will help you understand how to plan savings or approach any financial goal or investment decision. It is important to remember that while these thumb rules are applicable in general, they may not be universally applicable to every investor and situation. So without wasting any further time, let's get started and discuss 7 important thumb rules of investing. Thumb rule number 1 is the rule of 72. Well, all of us want our money to grow and grow as quickly as possible. And for the same, we look out for the investment options that can double our money in the shortest amount of time. The good news is that the rule of 72 will help you achieve this in the least amount of time. It is a simple calculation that informs you of the time required for your money to increase. Just take the number 72 and divide it with the rate of return of the investment option that you have chosen. The number that you will get is the number of years in which your money will double. For example, let's suppose you have invested rupees 1 lakh in a mutual fund that provides you a rate of return of 12%. Now if you divide the number 72 with 12, you will get the result as 6, which means your 1 lakh rupees will become 2 lakh in 6 years. Now it is important to remember that this rule is applicable in the case of investments that offer compound interest. So next time when you decide to invest your money in any of the investment products, you can use the rule of 72 to determine the number of years it will take to double your money. Moving on, thumb rule number 2 is the rule of 114. So if you are not satisfied with just doubling your money and want to take it to the next level by tripling it, the rule of 114 will help you determine how many years it will take to triple your money. The mathematical formula for rule of 114 is similar to rule of 72. According to this rule, if you divide the number 114 by the expected rate of return provided by the investment option that you have chosen, you can get the number of years it will take your money to triple. For example, let's suppose you have invested 1 lakh rupees in a mutual fund that provides you a rate of return of 10%. Now if you divide the number 114 with 10, you will get the result as 11.4. That means your rupees 1 lakh will become 3 lakh rupees in 11 years and 4 months. Moving on to rule number 3, that is the rule of 144. By using the simple mathematical formula 72 multiplied by 2 equals 144, hence on the similar lines, if you want to determine the number of years your investment will take to quadruple itself, then you can use the rule of 144. According to this rule, if you divide number 144 by the expected rate of return provided by the investment option, you can get the number of years it will take your money to grow 4 times. For example, let's suppose you have invested 1 lakh rupees in a mutual fund that provides you a rate of return of 12%. Now if you divide the number 144 with 12, you will get the result as 12. That means your 1 lakh rupees will become 4 lakh rupees in 12 years. It is important to remember that this rule is applicable in the case of investment that offers compound interest. The next rule, which is rule number 4, that is the rule of 70. Till now, we have seen the rules that tell us how fast our money can grow. The rule of 70 helps us to understand how fast it can depreciate in its value. This is an important rule that lets us determine what your current corpus will be valued at 10 or 20 years down the line, even if you don't spend a single rupee from it and also did not invest it anywhere. It will be of much less value in the future than it is today simply because of the phenomenon called as inflation. To calculate this, take the number 70 and divide it by current inflation rate. The number that you will get is the number of years it will take for your money to be worth half as much as today. For example, let's suppose you have 50 lakh rupees today and the current inflation rate is 6%. According to the rule of 70, your wealth of rupees 50 lakh will be worth rupees 25 lakhs in 11 years and 6 months. Thumb rule number 5 is the emergency fund rule. Whenever we set out on our investment journey, Almost all of the financial experts advise to create an emergency fund before we start investing because, let's face it, life is uncertain and we need to be prepared for any financial urgencies or unexpected events. An emergency fund can be the much needed relief in the incredible amount of stress when those unpredictable moments come up. Hence, it is always a good practice to keep aside an amount that can cover your 6 months to 1 year's expenses as an emergency fund. While calculating your expenses, make sure you should include expenses for food, utility bills, rent, EMIs, etc. The emergency fund must be kept liquid and easily accessible during such emergencies, and hence you can keep it in a FD or a liquid mutual fund. The next rule is the 100 minus age rule. The 100 minus age rule is a great way to help you determine the asset allocation between equity and debt. According to this rule, you need to subtract your age from the number 100 and the result is the percentage of equity exposure you should have in your investment portfolio, and the remaining percentage can be invested in debt. For example, if you are 25 years old and you want to invest 10,000 rupees every month, and here if you use 100 minus age rule, the percentage of your equity allocation would be 100 minus 25 equal to 75%. Then we can conclude that rupees 7,500 should go to equities and rupees 2,500 should go to debt. However, this rule generalizes people's risk preferences and is solely based on age and ignores the emotional and behavioral aspect of human nature. The investment strategy must consider factors such as risk tolerance, time frame for achieving the goals, and expectation of returns. Thumb rule number 7 is the net worth rule. The net worth rule is a simple mathematical formula to know how wealthy you are. This formula comes from the book called The Millionaire Next Door, written by Thomas J. Stanley and William D. Danko, where they used it to determine how self-made millionaires made their money. To do the calculation, multiply your age by your total annual income and divide the result by 10. You are considered wealthy if your net wealth is equal to or greater than the remainder. In India, the experts recommend the divisor should be 20 instead of 10. So for example, if you are 30 years old and your gross income is 10 lakh rupees, then your net worth should be at least 15 lakh to be considered wealthy. So in conclusion, we can say that these thumb rules can be considered as guidelines that can be followed by any investor. However, it is important to note that these rules shouldn't be followed blindly and should be used just as a reference. We should keep in mind that there is no one-size-fits-all remedy to improve your financial situation. The thumb rules mentioned here should be a starting point. Adjust them depending upon your risk tolerance, inherited wealth, and personal goals. Always remember, a good investment portfolio is one that works towards your financial goals while respecting your risk tolerance and investment horizon. Well, I hope you guys found this video useful and got to learn something new about investing from it. Please do like, share, and subscribe to the channel to be in touch with more content like this. I will meet you in the next video. Till then, take care.